comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
I swear to God, this is like watching two children fighting over who gets to play with the Spider-Man action figure. It's dumb. I actually don't think I've actually made a video that's talking about something like this, like a drama, or just something like along the lines of this. For a while, it could have been like over a year since I've done one. It's mainly because I haven't felt like it. Nothing too interesting has come up for me. But I guess I'm doing it now because this situation is so insulting and hilarious. I have to talk about it. And also, I'm going to sound really tired in this review because I didn't get much sleep. I'm just tired, okay? Sorry. Okay, so I guess how the entire situation went down is that the Marvel and Sony deal, Marvel is just like, hey, we want to take 50% of the film's revenue now. Like, we want to have half of the money. And then Sony was like, no, you don't even get Spider-Man anymore. Which, to be fair, is the most childish move you could have made. Like, that's the most, like, middle schooler, like, no, you don't get to do it anymore. Because, like, how dumb are you? I think their idea is that they still can have Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but they clearly don't treat their actors well. They're clearly a mess at actually making films. Like, the last time they made a solid Spider-Man, I guess other than Spider-Verse, but clearly Sony had no hands in Spider-Verse. It was, like, just the creators. Just Phil Lord had, like, all of his hands in it, and Sony wasn't even paying attention to it, clearly. I mean, like, Venom and the Amazing Spider-Man, the last time they made a good live-action Spider-Man was 2002. So I don't think if this Sony deal doesn't continue, and now Sony just completely owns Spider-Man, we will see the death of this character. Like, we will never see a good Spider-Man film. Maybe a Spider-Verse sequel will be good, but I actually am kind of worried for that sequel now that I think about it, because I'm just, what is Sony going to do? Like, they're so bad at actually letting people do what they want to do, because they want to control literally everything. Because I'm forgetting the director's name of Venom, just saying, I don't really care about him that much. But clearly he had no creative freedom in making Venom, because let's draw the parallels between Zombieland and Venom. What is similar about those films? Nothing. Nothing at all. So, clearly Sony isn't actually letting their creators and the actors and whatever do what they want to do. And Marvel, surprise, surprise, is the only one doing that. I don't know why. So I guess what their endgame plan with taking away Spider-Man is, A, they were just so insulted that they were just like, no, I don't like you anymore. So since they made one bad decision, by the way, I'm not saying Disney's in the right here. Like, that was a stupid decision, Disney. That's not, you're lucky that you got Sony to work with you. Like, Sony is ran by I don't know who. Not smart people, clearly. So you're lucky that you actually got them to work with you on this. You are unlucky that you were just too stupid to think, oh, maybe this will hurt them, because Sony is ran by morons. So clearly Disney didn't know this, and they clearly just acted too fast. So to be fair, do I think this deal will go through infinitely? No, in like 2 days we're going to see them say, actually no, he's still in the MCU, because this is the biggest moneymaker for Sony. Because Sony clearly thinks that Far From Home made over $1.1 billion because of Spider-Man, not because of Marvel, but I'm sorry to say it, it's actually because of Marvel, not Spider-Man. So they could be thinking, oh, we're just going to take Tom Holland's Spider-Man and we're going to inject him into our god-awful Venom universe. Well, first off, from what I know, you already have a Spider-Man in that universe. It's called Andrew Garfield. And yeah, it sucks and it's an awful Spider-Man, but it is a Spider-Man. You can't just throw another one in there and just forget about the other one. I would like you to forget about the other one because it's awful. But the point is that why on earth do you think Far From Home made $1.1 billion because Endgame happened and because it's a key MCU piece? If that movie had no connections to the MCU, it would have done as well as maybe Venom or maybe Spider-Man. It wouldn't have done as big as it did. Same with Homecoming. Both of those films are as huge as they are because the Marvel logo is on them. That is pretty much the only reason. Yeah, Spider-Man's a part of it, but a Thor film was as successful as a Spider-Man film, and they came out in the same year. So take that into account. You are not the ones that are making these films profitable. Marvel is doing all of the work, and they are the only ones who are right here. What? And recently, my first conclusion to jump to before I knew that it was actually the 50-50 deal was that Sony didn't want this Spider-Man to happen anymore, and they just thought, we can have him now. We can make The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Which, if that movie happens, I don't think I'll actually see it. I don't think I will, to be honest. But if that was their plan, first off, I already heard here that's like, well, would Andrew Garfield even return for that? Because they didn't treat him well in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. When I heard that, I thought, really? They didn't treat him well? That's totally not a Sony move to not treat the good creators well. That's totally not a thing that they would do. It's not like they've done that countless times in the past. So to be fair, if Andrew Garfield signing up for Amazing Spider-Man 3 would make me give up on his entire acting career, because if The Amazing Spider-Man 3 happens, we're all gonna die, because that would be bad. So clearly, I don't think that's the move, because I don't think that they're actually... I think The Amazing Spider-Man 3 is kind of dead. I don't think they can actually make that anymore. Nobody wants it, because nobody likes The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't know anybody who likes that movie. So, they're clearly not going to try and make Amazing Spider-Man 3. You make it, you're losing money. Like, you're just guaranteed. Like, I think they think that making these Venom movies will get them there, but that's not going to happen. You're going to make Venom movies, and then once you give us The Amazing Spider-Man, and you're going to put Venom in there, I don't think many people will care for it, to be perfectly honest, because nobody cared for the last two that much, so why would anybody care for this one? But I guess it's just nobody's fault, really. It's not like... It's like Disney was being idiots and just thought, we're going to take every money. It's like, Sony is clearly incompetent, so clearly it's like once you, like, tap them the wrong direction, they'll go rage and they'll just get rid of you. But I'm happy that I guess someone stood up to Disney. Like, they stood up to the wrong side of Disney, because I like Marvel, and I want them to make money, and I want them to continue, and I want to support them. But I don't like Disney. Like, I don't... Yeah. Alright, sorry, the camera stopped. What I was saying is that I don't like Disney at all as a whole. So, I'm happy that somebody actually is, like, standing up to them and, like, giving them crap. But the thing is that it's not, like I said, it's the wrong side of Disney. But it's a part of Disney. And they also have a theme park they're making with Spider-Man in it. Which, by the way, if they remove this deal, that would be copyright, and they would be stealing from Sony if that happens. I actually don't know what really would happen if that happened. But we're not going to lose on the MCU Spider-Man, and this is not just a stages of grief thing for me where it's like I'm in denial. No, it's like if we do lose, and my camera's being laggy, if we do lose MCU Spider-Man, first off, Sony will regret it, and they either will put it back in the MCU after they make a couple bombs, or they will just not care, and maybe they'll make money. They probably won't, because nobody likes Sony. So, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about the situation. It's kind of hilarious, but it's also kind of annoying, because I'm just like, are we getting it? I think we are. I don't think we're losing Spider-Man, because it would be, because Sony... I call them imbeciles a lot, and they're idiots, which is fair, because they have, for nearly a decade, or well over a decade, they have not realized that the wrong thing to do is to not give people creative control. But they, I guess, are good financial business people, in a way. So this is a dumb decision from them. If they think they can recover beyond, like if they think that they can make other Sony Spider-Man films and they'll do well, they're not correct. Like, they won't do well. Like, yeah, they're Spider-Man fans, but I think every Spider-Man fan, at least, most fans at least, don't like Sony Spider-Man. So, I'm just saying, in a couple days, maybe in a week, it'll go back. The deal will go back, and Disney won't get any more. And to be fair, that's fine with me. I don't care. As long as I get my Sony Spider-Man, I'm fine with it. And clearly, Marvel makes money off of these because I think that was just way too fast of a move. And I feel like it was just like we want it now. We want it now. Like they really wanted that 50%. But I'm sorry, you were lucky you got a deal with Sony. So I think that was just a dumb move. Everybody's an idiot, okay? Everybody's an idiot here. Yeah, we'll get the Spider-Man back most likely pretty soon. If we don't, then oh well. I guess then we'll have him die off screen. What did you guys think? What do you guys think of this controversy? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, please. Okay, I don't have anything else to do right now. Bye. I don't have anything else to say. Bye. Bye.